You just get everything ready. Now, I know there's people out there that do commentaries routinely, that's all they got going for them. But see, that's right here. That's why on this channel, the most diverse set of group topics that we talk about. We don't need to rely on commentaries to get views. We can talk about anything. That's what we do. And what you still continue to do is to keep the camera running when I'm having a private discussion with you. Whatever. All right, Beasto. I want to talk about the U.S. government criminal court system. That's what I want to talk about at this juncture of all junctions. Why is it that we have a court system in this country that basically relegates itself to be friends with the criminals instead of the victims? A pedophile, number one. A pedophile has a sick gene in his head. Can't be rehabilitated. It cannot be rehabilitated. You show me a pedophile that's rehabilitated, and I'll show you an adult rapist. That's what I'll show you. They went from little boys and little girls to adult women, whatever. That's what they did. A pedophile cannot be reconformed, or what's the word I'm looking for? Conformed. They can't be rehabilitated. That's what I'm trying to say here. Now, just like a murderer. I see people go out and kill somebody. They're out in 8 years. They plead whatever, guilty, whatever, involuntary manslaughter. They're out in 8 years. The crime needs to be the same exact thing. In the same manner you killed somebody. That's how it should be. Now, I'm not saying if a woman goes to the store, gets in a car wreck and kills somebody by accident. I'm not saying that should be done to her. She'll probably get off. But I'm saying if, take for instance, say me, I break into someone's house. All right, let me put it this way. 2 guys in Connecticut, I think a year ago, whatever, they broke into this doctor's house, killed his wife, his daughters, and his son, whatever. I don't know if he had a son, whatever. They tortured him, burned the house down. Now, these 2 criminals are sitting in the court system somewhere waiting to go on trial. Now, what we need to do with people like that is, you need to torture them. You need to set an example. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I remember watching the news years ago. This guy had his daughter, right? They buried her in their backyard or something. It was in Florida, right? I forget the girl's name. But they took his daughter. Guy had longer hair. He looked like he was kind of all fucked up. But they took his daughter and they buried her alive in the backyard. Now let me tell you something about it. The guy's dead now. John Couey, I think, was the guy that did it. I think he died now. He was the guy that did it. Let me tell you something about that. If that had been my daughter, I don't have kids. Would have been my daughter, your court, there ain't no guards, ain't no prison system, no justice system, would have kept me from getting my redemption. I would have been like that guy in that movie, law-abiding citizen. There is no court system that could have done justice of what I could have done. And that is what this country needs to start going to. Because I'm telling you right now, the shit that you can get away with in this country by murder, whatever, rape, whatever, pedophile, Jerry Sandusky is out on bond right now. Now I know it's innocent before guilty, whatever, proven guilty. But guess what? Guess what? There are too many allegations against him. And he lives behind the school. He's got a little ankle bracelet on. The bottom line is, we need to start taking the law into our own hands at sometimes. It needs to be an eye for an eye. That's what it needs to be. I'll tell you that right now. That's why people do shit in this country and they get away with it. I know there's other countries, if you steal something, they'll chop your fucking hand off. Maybe that would be a perfect law, to be honest with you. I agree with that's how the judicial system should be in this country right now. If you steal something, chop your goddamn hand off. Because I'm telling you right now, it's too easy to get away with shit in this country that we live in right now. Especially the crime, the murder, the rapings. Guy goes out and rapes a woman, right? Her life's ruined. What's this guy do? He does like 10 years in prison. If they don't rape him in prison, which they definitely do, he gets out. What's he do again? He rapes again. Because you know why? He's got a fucked up gene. But this country still don't recognize that fact and put him right back on the street to commit the same crime. That's what the problem is. Eye for an eye. So, like I said, they buried that girl alive. I forget her name. Jessica whatever. Jessica Lunds, I think it was. They buried her alive. If that was my daughter, believe me, there ain't no civil court system, anything could have kept me out of there. Believe me when I tell you that. Believe me, I could be the nicest guy in the world, but I could be the worst motherfucker in the world also. Believe me when I tell you that. People that know me know me. They know what I'm about. If I see something wrong in society, if I see a crime going on wrong in society, I'm going to take control of it. It's what I do. It's what I'm about. And I suggest that this U.S. government needs to really start taking a look at their laws, what they have setting up here with legislation, how it goes to being a fucking murder when you get away with the shit in this country. Crimes against kids, crimes against women, whatever. Eye for an eye. And that doctor over there in New England, he don't have a wife. His 2 daughters were burned to death, tortured in that house. And these 2 guys, I don't know if they're still, I know they're in prison right now. I don't know if they're on trial still, whatever. But we're wasting taxpayers' money by having them sit in a goddamn judicial court system, waiting for their trial, whatever. They need to be dealt with in appropriate measures. Tortured. That's the only way to make a point. Like, I'll tell you right now, if I was that guy right now, I'd find a way to get myself in prison with them motherfuckers. Find a way to get my identity changed, whatever, so I can get in that side of that prison and take justice in my own hands. Because sometimes taking justice in your own hands can be better than what the law does. In this case, these guys will probably do life in prison. Whatever. Another case, Wesley Snipes. I know I've talked about this before, and I'm chewing gum right now because I'm trying to quit chewing it back, whatever. He's in prison right now for, I think, 3 years. Tax evasion. Well, you know what? I feel very, very much more safer that he's in prison right now, so he's not going to beat me to death with no goddamn rolls of quarters. While Jerry Sandusky's walking the streets right now in PA somewhere with a little monitor on his fucking ankle. Yeah. I'm sure the people in that neighborhood feel safe. I will tell you this right now. If someone came into my house and tried breaking into my house, believe me, I don't think you need to know. I don't think you need to wonder what I would do. So what I'm going to ask this video here is for right now. Whoever has the power to watch this video and set some sort of, some type of legislation or whatever, to try to get this to the House of Congress, because I'm serious about this. I'm serious. I want to change the laws in the United States against child rapists, any crime against children, any crime against women, or any type of murder. Malicious murders, whatever. Like I say, if it's just an accident, a gun goes off, this and that, I understand. I've seen that happen before. But any type of malicious crimes, I want to change the legislation against this shit. I want to get a fucking ruling in motion that will penalize these people by torture or an eye for an eye. Something. We need to really do something because, I mean, this is getting ridiculous right now. I'm seeing shit right now in the newspapers. No, I'm not a newspaper. But on computers right now. That just make me want to go out there and go crazy. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not all sane. Anything like this happen, if I was misfortunate to have something like this happen to me, I'm going to react a lot differently than the people that had this react to them. That had this happen to them. I'm kind of getting messed up right now because I tried to put this video out this night. It was supposed to be about something else. But I sat in this chair and I started thinking, what's more important? People on Twitter begging for retweets because they can't get their videos out there? Or maybe I can change and use this judicial system in a way that I want to be. So we can get this video to legislation. Legislator, whatever. Whatever! Because I'm telling you right now, Jessica Lunsfield, buried alive in Florida by, I think, John Cooey. The little bitch-ass Cooey buried that poor little girl alive. And he had to die in prison when he should have been executed in the same manner which he executed her. That's what he should have been. They should have buried his ass alive. And if I was that, I forget the guy's name. The father, Lunsfield, whatever. If I was him, you would have never kept me. I would have got to him. I would have got to him. So, for that little girl right there that had to die because some pedophile was out roaming the fucking streets. For that shit. For that little girl. For that bullshit that happened to her. For the doctors, that family, and I know there's countless other ones around this country that the same shit happened to. We need to start new laws in this country. I'm telling you, because one day there's going to be a vigilante. A vigilante that's going to take the law into his own hands. And believe me, there are people like me in society every day that you'll meet and you'll come across. They're not to be fucked with. You're going to see that one day in life. You're going to go, one day you're going to go out in society, you're going to fuck with someone, you're going to say, God damn, did I really fuck up? But there's going to be one day and some vigilante in society that's going to take the law in his own hands and single-handedly going to make the legislation change the way and the methods they go about prosecuting these criminals and how they do this shit. This is damn bullshit. Now, let's try to be a serious video now. Anyway, I ran along long enough. But that is my video for the night.